Greetings, old school magic players, and welcome to the 4 Horsemen.
Greetings, old school magic players. Welcome to the 4 Horsemen Old School Magic Tournament number 8 the semifinals match. I'm the Chatster. I'm here with my friend John Eckleberry. How you doing, John?
Good.
John and I are going to be covering a really interesting match tonight between a couple of our semifinal players in our 4 Horsemen Pauper Singleton Tournament number 8. If you've watched our previous matches, we've been doing a special summer Pauper Singleton Tournament, which includes all common cards from the 4 Horsemen sets, Arabian Nights, Antiquities, Legends, and the Dark, all common reprints from these sets, and Singleton, one card only of each card in this card pool for the tournament. As a quick recap, tournament number 8, Pauper Singleton Semifinals. You can see the brackets here. We've moved into the kind of latter stage of the tournament here. It took us a bit of the summer since a lot of folks were vacationing and out of town and things like that, but we finally got it nailed down. Peter Solstas is going to face off with Mike Clements, and in the match today, we're going to be covering Luke Sherry versus Jeff Kolowith. To take a look at the deck pictures, let's take a look at these. John, have you seen the deck pictures from Luke and from Jeff?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so Luke is running a blue-red Atog Aggro deck. It's really interesting. It's tons and tons of very small, fast creatures, but really cool stuff like Atog, Orcish Mechanics, Desert Nomads with Desert Walking, Brothers of Fire, Mountain Yeti, Rook Egg, really cool cards like Artifact Blast, because there's not a ton of artifact destruction. You can counter an artifact. Chain Lightning, Fissure, Pyrotechnics, Immolation, Bloodlust, really, and of course the Goblins of the Flarg, Mountain Walking 1/1s, plus blue, Azure Drake, Ghost Ship, Reconstruction, Boomerang, Telekinesis, Remove Soul, Flash Counter, which a lot of folks did not run, and the ever powerful Giant Turtle. And then
I like that Telekinesis. That's a pretty fun style points card if you want to go buy a $55 common.
Yeah, really expensive common from Legends. Tanos is one in the artifact department. Felwar Stone, Felden's Cane, Amulet of Krug, the all-powerful clay statue, Grapeshot Catapult, Primal Clay, the Battering Ram. Interesting choice here because I think Luke's the only person. Battering Ram has banding when attacking. It's a 1/1 for 2. The Brass Man, a favorite from all of our childhoods. Yoshin Soldier, Dragon Engine, and Onulet, plus Jaloom Tome. And then the Rook Egg
I think
token.
Luke's playing the two best colors, and he's playing all the best cards except for Flood. There's no Flood in his deck, and I really feel like the Felden's King could just be a Flood, and then that would just put him over the top.
Mm-hmm. Really strong build nonetheless. If we take a look at Jeff Kolowith's deck, red-green aggro, all the usual suspects in green, all the usual suspects in red. He's also running Brass Man, but he's running things like Barbary Apes and the Wailuli Wolf. He's running Scarewood Goblins, the 2/2 for 2. I think he was the only player that ran that card. Both of the big legends, Lady of the Mountain and Gerard of the Closed Fist. Red, it's almost all the same cards, except for he's running things like Fire Drake, Curd Ape, Bird Maiden, and he's running the Brute, as well as Giant Strength and Bloodlust, Immolation, Chain Lightning. Is he running a Fisher? Yep, Fisher, Pyrotechnics, Rook Egg, Desert Nomads, and he's running the Sisters of the Flame as well as Brothers of the Flame. Also, many of the same artifacts. As I mentioned, Brass Man, Dragon Engine, Yoshin Soldier, Grapeshot Catapult, Primal Clay. These are some of the, and the Felwar Stone, some of the best cards.
The good stuff.
And the Jalum Tome. Yeah, all the good stuff. So this is a really solid build too. Very fast, very focused on just small, immediate early game aggression. So this should be...
Does he have a Mountain Yeti?
So in Jeff's deck, he is not running the Mountain Yeti. I do know. Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's over here on the upper right. Yeah, he's there. He's definitely running the Mountain Yeti. And then we forgot to cover all the green stuff. He's running the Wolverine pack, the Sentinel Druid, Elves of Deep Shadow, the Scavenger Folk, Argothian Tree Folk, Birkwood Boars, Moss Monster. So he's got all the good green stuff too.
Sentinel is lunatic backwards. I just learned this. Probably everybody else already knew that.
Lunatic backwards. Interesting. Yeah, there's a bunch of those things that they threw into these early sets. Like Jam Day Tome means something. I forget what it is. All right. I think we're ready to get into the match. Let's jump in. Let me get this video going here.
You want to call even or odd?
Okay, so we need to go to here.
It's an even.
All right, I'll take it.
Oh, wait a minute.
I will play first.
I gotta share so many things. So many things. Alright, there we go. And all right, John, are we good here?
Good to go.
Okay, the match is starting. And Luke Sherry is on the left. And Jeff is on the right. Jeff won the roll and is starting off with the forest. So you watched this game live, right, John? And recorded?
I did. I recorded this one, so I have seen this whole match.
So you already know what's going to happen.
I do.
I have not seen the match. So let's just do.
Well, you started watching it with me, and then you had to hop out to record another match because we had two of them going at the same time.
Yeah, I think I saw the first 15 minutes, but after everything that happened with that other crazy game, it's all a blur. So it's fresh. Jeff comes down with the Bird Maiden on turn 3. That's pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a format where a 1/2 flyer is decent is something. So there's a Brothers of Fire. I mean, that card's pretty great.
Yeah. Brothers of Fire is probably, man, I mean, oh, look at that. Chain Lightning right off the
Immediate
bat.
answer for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Brothers of Fire, gosh, getting him out so early and losing him to the chain, that's rough. That's rough. He's so strong, especially
There's so
late
many
game.
ways to pick off 1/1s, especially flyers in this format, that it's really tough to justify playing a lot of the 1/1s.
Well, and that's why Bird Maiden is kind of decent, because it's got that 2 toughness. Like, you can't ping it with Desert and the Archers and things like that. Oh, look at here. Luke drops a land and a 4th turn Rook Egg.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good. 4th turn Rook, I mean, that's going to slow down all the ground attacks, but he does still have the Bird Maiden he can pink away with.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm done.
Play a mountain.
Luke drops a mountain.
What am I gonna do?
Taking a minute to consider his play. I don't remember what he plays here. Oh, yeah.
Immolation.
On the egg, so he can start swinging with it.
That's some genius right there, because you know now he's got an attacker, and if you don't block him and kill him, you're taking the 2, and then if you eventually do have to block him, then he's going to get the 4/4. It's like a double whammy.
And in this format, getting in for 2 every turn is good enough sometimes. So
Oh, yeah.
This is a pretty good strategy.
Yeah, that's great.
Also, now if he wants to try to break his own egg with something like, I don't know, maybe like pyrotechnics, he only has to hit it for 1, and then he can kill some other stuff too.
That's a good point. And Luke has not missed a single land drop. Look at that. He's dropped a land every turn. Jeff looks like he missed 1 land drop. Mana is so important in this format, and you got to run like 25, 26 lands in some of these kind of decks. How many were you running, John? Were you running 24 or 25?
I think I ran 25 in this tournament.
Yeah, it's almost like mandatory to run 25 minimum.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, he'll be at 2/2
All right,
I
there's
was
the
playing a lot of the 6 drops.
yeah, you got to have it right to get those guys out. And here's the Primal Clay from Jeff. So now he's got 2 flyers. Did he do the 2/2 flying? I guess he did, right? He could do the 1/6 wall.
But he could do the wall and then just block that other guy for it. Well, I guess it's a 2/1 though, isn't it?
Yeah, because he's a 0/3 normally, and now it's a +2, -2, so he's a 2/1 now. Oh, there's the pyrotechnics. Look at that.
1/2. I thought it was a 1/1. I'm gonna not do that. My bad.
Oh, whoa! What was this? What happened here? He's doing a take back. Oh.
Yeah, he considered playing the pyrotechnics and then decided not to, and I guess is gonna do something else instead. That's kind of surprising.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see that. Luke's pretty experienced, and Jeff was okay with the takebacks there.
Yeah, he let him do it.
I mean, in a casual game, that's fine, but tournament-wise, you should probably, like, what I do is if I've made a mistake, I just have to go with it. You know, if it's casual, maybe, but you can take back. But in a tournament, I try not to do that.
Sure. 12.
Okay, but at least he's tipped his hand, so now Jeff knows he's got the pyrotechnics.
I keep getting
Yeah.
the stats wrong.
And the desert nomads come out, and Jeff does not have the desert in play.
I think he ends up playing the pyrotechnics this following turn.
And there's the grape shot catapult, 2/3 that can deal damage to a flying creature.
Grape shot catapult's really good.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those cards that we all had in our little kitty sidewalk decks. You know, we all played that thing, and here it is. And it's actually pretty good in this format. It's pretty funny. And the picture on there is hilarious, right? It's like Goblin Dude, and he's like, he used this catapult to shoot down like some kind of pterodactyl or something.
I'll go to combat and attack with the rook egg.
And Lucas is attacking with the egg, the 2/1. So no blocks.
Are either of them running a desert in their list?
If I go back and look, let's see.
I'm gonna tap 2.
Yep. Jeff is running a desert, and Luke is running a desert. They're both running desert.
I was just curious because I think they both have desert nomads in their deck, so they probably just won't play it if they draw it.
Yeah, they're both running it.
Oh, there's an egg.
Ah, look at there. Jeff's got his own egg. Interesting. Now you can block that 2/1 forever with that guy. But he knows that Luke's got that pyrotechnics in hand because he played it and took it back there.
Alright, I'm gonna cast pyrotechnics.
There it is.
And deal 1 damage to the druid,
1 to the druid,
2 damage to the primal clay,
2 to the primal
and
clay,
1 damage to my rook egg.
and 1 to his egg. Yeah. That is rough for Jeff, man. And really good for Luke. Okay, so Luke gets his 4/4 flying rook egg token.
Luke's been on to collecting these 90s Marvel cards, and so he's got a pile of these cannonball cards that he has made into rook tokens. He sent one of them to me.
That's funny.
At least the druid's
Oh, Felden's Cane here for Luke, and on to Jeff's turn. So Jeff's at 10 here,
Problems now.
and Luke's at 14.
Yes.
Man, so
Where's the
Jeff
other way
finally gets
around?
his 5th land. He's missed a couple land drops, and he finally gets to his 5th land. I wonder if he's gonna drop, the old Moss Monster or something like that. No, he passes turn. He doesn't have any good big fatties in hand. That's rough. And he can't do anything about this big 4/4 flyer.
Grape shot.
Oh, and Luke plays his own grape
It's
shot.
pretty tough when that rook token comes down. If you don't have an answer for it, it's real hard to deal with.
Yeah, there's just not that many answers for it. I mean, Pyrotechnics and Fisher are basically the only answer, unless you've got something like a Desert, an Archer, a Bird Maiden, and a Grape Shot Catapult. Like a whole bunch of things to add up to 4 damage in the air.
I mean, Jeff doesn't have access to blue, but Boomerang is also a super good answer for the token.
Yeah, Bloomerang or Active Volcano would, or no, Flash Flood would also do it.
Flash Flood will hit it.
And I will
Oh, here comes something big.
play
Lady of the Mountain.
Ooh, yeah.
Not 9.
Lady of the Mountain is a 5/5, right?
5/5.
Yeah,
It is a
5/5.
5/5.
5/5 that costs a green, red, and 4, so it's a 5/5 for 6. I mean,
I will go to combat.
it's not the
I'll
best.
take it.
Will attack with.
I mean, it's pretty good, especially in this format.
Uh-oh, what happened to my thing here? I think I clicked the wrong button. Hold on a second. There we go. How did that happen? My stream switched to a different scene. That should not be happening. There we go. Okay, I got it fixed.
You rigged when you should have zagged.
Yeah, I zigged when I should have zagged. That's right.
Yeah, I'll attack with it.
Alright, so how many cards do you have in hand?
I have never attacked with that turtle before. I don't think I had one in my test deck that we played a bunch of games with. In fact, I'd probably just cut that card. It's not that good. Man, what is he gonna do? I don't know what he does against this token.
Yeah, it's just kind of game over, right? Like, unless he draws a Pyrotechnics of his own or a Fisher, he just can't
Grape shot
handle a
catapult
4/4 flyer.
Turtle with the egg, and I'll block your nomads with 9 grape
There's a
shots.
couple cards in this format that just kind of just dominate once they come down. The Rook token's real good. The Mountain Yeti,
On the grape shot
if you're playing against somebody else playing red, and both of them are, and a lot of people are, the Mountain Yeti can run away with games too.
Yeah, it's Mountain Yeti's basically a flyer, if they right.
Better than a flyer, yeah.
Yeah.
This dies.
Okay, so Luke elects to block the Lady of the Mountain with the Desert Nomads and the Grape Shot Catapult and what else? How did he kill the 5/5 there? 2 plus... Oh, the Sentinel Druid. No. How did he kill him?
I am a little confused.
Let me go back. Oh, Bloodlust. He plays Bloodlust.
Bloodlusted.
Yeah, we were chatting about how to deal with the Rook Egg. Yeah, so he blocks with the Grape Shot Catapult and the Desert Nomads and Bloodlusts. Right?
I mean, he doesn't even need. He could just block with one guy, and that's good enough.
Well, that's right, because it's 2/3. Right. Okay, so he. So he
But what are the nomads blocking? I don't. That seems unnecessary.
Oh, well, let's see here. Did he attack with the? Let me rewind. Yeah, I guess he thought. Bloodlust, the catapult makes it a 6/1. I guess he just wanted to make extra sure.
I don't know. That seems a little strange. But it's not like he was going to get in with the Desert Nomads, I guess, anyway.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
can't really block anything else without dying. That's kind of a head scratcher, though. I don't really understand why he blocked with both of those.
Yeah, Desert Nomads and the Great Bloodlusted Grape Shot Catapult blocking the 5/5 Lady of the Mountain. He had enough damage with the Bloodlusted Catapult with 2+4. Yeah, not sure.
Or even he could have bloodlusted the Desert Nomads and blocked it.
Oh my God! Look at this. So holy crap. So
Flash counter for the win.
oh man! So Jeff manages to draw into the Fisher, and Luke happens to have the flash counter to counter an instant. Oh man, that's so rough.
Peter blew me out doing that same exact play. One of the games that we played. It's so backbreaking.
Well, he just knew that everybody was going to be running Fisher, and he can counter it. Also, Crumble. There's a bunch of instants. Even things like Flash Flood, he could, or Active Volcano, he could counter either of those.
Yeah.
Man, and he just happened to have it. So that, yeah, Jeff is totally out of room here. He's just like, he thought he had turned a corner and it just got countered.
And he would have too had he had that fissure gone through. Luke really doesn't have anything else.
It's true.
Jeff is in trouble.
Big trouble. Yeah, this is tough. But I mean, kudos and hats off to Luke. He's played excellent. He had excellent mana curve out. He did have that one kind of error playing pyrotechnics early and doing the tick back, which was a little bit questionable, but Jeff seemed to allow it. Now the chain lightning for the fire drake. And the poor rook egg just sits here on the ground and does nothing in this scenario. This is why you need things like, the bone flute and the staff of Zegon and, a desert and an archer or the gypsies. Those cards that all combine to reduce the attacking power. Oh, yeah. Over for Jeff. Just, you get the rook again and it's just kind of game over.
That is tough. All right, let's see what they can do game 2. Luke's rocking a sleeveless deck.
Yeah, the sleeveless, right? That's so cool. Like, that's pretty baller for these old school formats, right? All these cards are played, and he doesn't mind just playing them straight up sleeveless. You gotta respect that, right?
I think that's the first time I got to play Brothers of Fire.
There are people that enjoy such things. I'm not one of them. I definitely sleeve all my cards, but
yeah, I'm the same way. But I mean, this is
it's Pauper, so have at it, I guess, right?
Yeah. But I mean, I have not played with a sleeveless Magic deck in so long. Like, it might actually be pretty fun to do that. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, the shuffle maybe feels good. It maybe feels like shuffling regular cards. I don't know.
Anyway, respect for Lucas for running sleeveless. He's raw dogging it.
There you go. There's some shuffle noise. I'm like a Foley guy over here. Here you go. There you go.
No sideboards in the Four Horsemen Pauper Singleton. We did 60 card minimum decks, no maximum, and no sideboard. So it's a real quick reset here.
I think sideboards would have just been, well, like every other format, it would have just been a bunch of hate cards. And I don't know. I'd rather force people to build those into their decks if they really want to play them.
Yeah, build more rounded, and there's not that many cards in the format anyways. 255 cards total in that spreadsheet you built for us, which we all appreciated to help, make the card pool clearly, visible for everyone and easy to figure out what's in and what's out. Okay, so Luke is taking a mulligan here. I wonder if he's aggressive mulliganing to try and get a rook egg or something like that.
I don't know. It's tough.
That'd be smart, right? If you flicker through your hand, you know, like rook egg is just gonna cinch it for you. You could imagine maybe drawing. You don't get a good hand, you get one land or whatever. Why not try for a second hand and see if you can get a rook egg?
It's not a super fast format. Like, I think you can count on drawing into some stuff, but you gotta have something to play. So here we go. He's keeping this one.
Did he put one back?
He did.
Okay. First turn goblins of the Flarg. Mountain walkers. Dang. Mountain walker on the first turn. Ugh. Jeff must be just like hating it right now. It's really tough for him. And there's the 1/1 banding attacking battering ram. I remember having that card in my deck. It was that reprinted in Chronicles?
It was.
Yeah.
Or 4th, I think.
Yeah, or 4th, yeah, one of those. Oh, okay, so it's third turn Fire Drake, that's pretty decent.
What's his stats? 1-2.
So we'll have to see how many damage this little goblins gets in.
Oh, he'll get in for every turn of the game, right? He dropped him first
he
turn,
gets
and
killed.
yeah, I mean, it's a 19-turn clock or 18-turn clock from here. Okay, so he just mountain walks for the 1. Jeff goes to 18. Oh, and there is the 1/4
Turtle.
giant turtle. Giant tortoise.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that giant turtle's also a card, right? So there's giant tortoise as a blue card and giant turtle is a green card.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Or is it the other way around?
I think it's giant turtle is the blue one, right? The Arabian Nights one.
Yeah, maybe. I think so.
And then, of course, the Ocean Soldier is also a 1/4 for 3, so it's one more expensive, but it has vigilance, so it doesn't tap when attacking. Okay, so mountain walking in for
I
the.
much prefer the soldier. The soldier's a better card, and it has way cooler art.
So another mountain walk and another chain lightning. Man, Luke's gotten his chain lightning both games. Chain lightnings in both games early and gets rid of that Fire Drake. Luke's gotten good draws too. I mean, he's got a good deck, but he's getting his direct damage. There's only a few of those, and he gets them early in each game here.
So we've got an Orcish Mechanics coming down for Jeff. He could sack his Ocean Soldier to get rid of that annoying goblin, but I don't know if he will find that to be worth
So
it.
Orcish Mechanics, you tap it and you sack an artifact, and it deals 2 damage to a creature or player, or just creature?
Yeah, any target.
Any target. Okay. But the Mountain Walk gets through. So that's
he couldn't do it yet.
Yeah, so that's the 4th damage from the goblins. And now the Mountain Yeti. Oh man.
So now he's just going to Mountain Walk for 4 a turn. That seems so brutal.
Oh, that is brutal. Alright. Desert Nomads, but Luke does not have a desert in play right now. And, you know, Jeff's been a little man screwed this game. He's got no green. He's down a land. Luke moves to turn 5. Luke's dropping a land every turn here. And Mountain walks for 4. He could sack the soldier here to get rid of the goblins. But he elects not to do that. And now Grape Shot Catapult 2/3 can deal damage to flyer. Man,
It's going to be hard to recover here.
Yeah, Luke's deck is so fast. He's dropped a card every single turn. And looks like Jeff is still hurting for green mana. He's still mana screwed. He's
got to figure out how to get rid of that money out of here. He's toast.
Yeah, he's missed a couple of land drops now, and he's got no green. So I bet you his hand is full of green stuff that he just can't play.
So frustrating, right? Because, like, Jeff was undefeated in his pod, I believe.
Okay, so he bloodlusted the Yeti here, and
And then blasted it
and
with
then
the,
blasted, and then threw the Ocean Soldier at it and used the Orcish Mechanics ability to kill the Yeti. That's pretty crafty.
creative solution.
Very creative. Really good move on Jeff's part. But he's down to what, 12, and
12.
he's still got that mountain walking goblins of the fog to deal with. Oh, it looks like Luke is banding his turtle and the battering ram to make it a 2/2 band, attacking with the catapults for 2/3, and mountain walking with the goblins. So that's 5 damage coming at Jeff. And the mechanics are tapped. All he's got is the 2/2 desert walking desert nomads. Yeah, I guess he's got to block that band, right, John?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's just going to be so low on life, so...
Yeah, and then...
He went ahead and blocked it, and Luke elected to kill the turtle with the banding.
And now that it's so late in the game, he finally gets a green mana. But it is a rook egg, which could help.
It's a good blocker.
Yeah, but the mountain walker... So he's on a 9-turn clock now, because the goblins can still mountain walk for 1 each turn. Luke's already used his Chain Lightning. Now he plays a Fell Warstone and taps out for 4 mana and plays the ghost.
Ghost Ship.
The
Gross.
ghost ship.
That's just another wing con all on its own.
Yeah, man, Luke's draws have been so good. He's just getting everything he needs. Goblins come in. Jeff's down to 8. Luke is basically untouched. I think he's 19.
Luke's been doing really well the last few months. He's basically finished in second in like 3 or 4 different leagues over the last couple months, but he's not managed to clinch the top spot in any of them. So maybe this will be the one.
Yeah,
maybe 4HM is the one.
Maybe he's such a good player. He's really good.
I feel like he's due for a win.
Mm-hmm. So on Jeff's turn here, he plays the brothers and the elves. And now on Luke's turn, he's coming in with the ghost ship and the goblins. Oh, and the Azure Drake. That's the 2 best flyers in the whole game here.
Can't beat it.
Jeez.
Can't beat that sequence of cards.
Holy crap. He's just drawn like a god here. Everything he needs. And Jeff finally got to 5 mana, but man, he's down to 5 life, and a lot of the big green creatures cost double green, and what do you do against 2 big flyers at this point?
He's dead to flying and mountain walk next turn if he doesn't have an answer for one of those.
Yeah, that's tough.
I guess he could play an artifact and sack it to the mechanics to kill the goblins.
Yeah. Well, there's a 2/2. He can make it a 2/2 flyer to stave off one of the blue flyers from Luke, and then, ping something. But yeah,
that seems pretty good.
It's 4 damage in the air, plus the 1 from the goblin. Yeah, so it's. I guess he can absorb 2 of those damage with the 2/2 flying clay statue. And then maybe he can kill the goblins with the flarg.
Yep. That's the play.
There you go. Alright, so that takes out 3 of the damage, right?
So how many damage did the goblins do?
Oh, bloodlust on the ghost ship.
Oh, so it's just game over.
Oh, yeah, because that's 2 and that's 4. That's 6 damage, so boom, game over. Oh, man, Luke just had everything. Look at that. All his goblin, all his mountain walkers, all his good flyers, the bloodlust, the catapults, the chain lightning. Man, I think that Luke just got such a great draw that it was just almost impossible for Jeff to do much there.
Luke absolutely crushed me when we played too. Like, he just came out super strong both games.
Especially with you being in
I think he might be able to go all the way. Peter's kind of been the boogeyman of the 4 Horsemen.
Well, Peter. But Peter's
gonna give him a run for his money.
Yeah, but Peter's also come a long way. I mean, Peter, used to just struggle, and now he's just killing it. So, all right. So Luke takes the match 2-0. So the semifinals, 4 Horsemen, Old School Magic, Pauper Singleton. Luke progresses to the finals, and we have one more match to play, the semifinals match between Peter Soltez and Mike Clements. Quick look at Peter's deck. Peter is also running a blue, red, green aggro deck. A lot of flyers. Quite a bit different in many ways than Luke's deck. I mean, he's got a lot of cards that Luke doesn't have, including things like, Crumble and Gaseous Form, Unstable Mutation, Boomerang. A lot more flyers like Flying Man, the Fire Sprites, Emerald Dragonfly, Zephyr Falcon. So there's quite a bit more flyers in Peter's deck. And then
a lot of players chose to cut a lot of the 1/1s, but it's interesting. Peter's just like, nope, I'm just gonna ride with it, and like as long as I can get some damage in with him, it's cool.
Yeah.
And his deck's very good. Like I don't know, it's gonna be really interesting to see him and Luke play.
Mm-hmm. And he's running the main deck, Active Volcano, to deal with the blue stuff. He's running Flood as well, but when you're up against flyers, the Flood won't do much good. He's also running the Flash Flood. So he's running Flash Flood and Active Volcano on both main deck. It's pretty interesting. He's got
I think it's pretty prudent, actually, because I do think that blue and red are the two best colors. And so those like cover a huge swath of cards that you can destroy with them. A lot of really good ones, too. And then Flash Flood kind of serves double duty because you can break your own egg with it if you need to as well.
Right. And he is splashing green for Pradesh Gypsies, the Fire Sprite, the Dirkwood Boars, Elves of Deep Shadow, and Emerald Dragonfly. Plus, he's got the Moss Monster as a proxy, and he's got Gerard and Lady of the Mountain for his legends. Yeah, this is a really interesting build. And then, Mike Clements, we talked about his deck in one of the prior matches, but he's the only tournament player who did black, blue, red. And he's got things like Oubliette and Walking Dead and Bog Amp and Evil Eye of Ormsbegor. So, yeah, this will be an interesting matchup too. All right, folks, thanks for joining us for the 4 Horsemen Pauper Singleton Old School Magic Tournament number 8 semifinals match. We're signing off, and we'll see you next time.